10 reasons why the Taurus is the most toxic zodiac sign. Hey there, welcome to Taurus Horoscope, presented by Signs of the Stars. Today we are heading over to look at the bull sign of Taurus and just how toxic they can be. As always, we know every star sign has the ability to be toxic and cruel, but in this video we will be looking into the specific toxic traits of all Taurus. But before we get into the video, please take a moment to smash that like button, hit subscribe, leave a comment down below, and then ring our bell to stay up to date and never miss another video. Enjoy! First up, starting at number 10 of our top 10 list, we have their gluttony. Now you could easily say that Taurus always seems to match their star sign perfectly. They're an earth sign, which means they're down to earth but also a huge fan of earthly possessions, to the point where their gluttony has become utter greed. They can be an incredibly unsatiable star sign. With their solar body being Venus, they have an unstoppable desire for anything material and physical, as well as anything like money, time and effort. This can show itself in a number of behaviors, such as being incredibly needy, greedy with food, such as being unable or unwilling to share, or taking more than is fair during something like potluck, or even being greedy with one person's time and energy, showing their incredibly toxic behavior by getting snappy at you when you don't respond to their text quick enough, tell them you can't go out with them for the evening, or refuse to help them due to your own time constraints. Somebody who feels so entitled is always going to be toxic for you to be around. Dropping down to number 9 of our top 10 reasons why Taurus are toxic is their lazy attitude. There is this famous saying that goes by, "You can bring a horse to water but can't make it drink," and that's so true of the bull sign Taurus. Taurus are known for their stubborn sloth-like attitudes in the way that it's very difficult to get them motivated. They are often viewed as incredibly lazy and unwilling to get up and do things. This is the way with a lot of earth signs, as they are connected to their element, and so find themselves often grounded or unwilling to motivate themselves and prefer to take life at a slow pace. This might not sound too toxic from right off the bat, but their lazy attitude means they're more than willing to accept help from others and assistance, and even ask for others to do things that are their responsibility. But when it comes down to it, you can always expect a Taurus to shove their own work off onto somebody else's plate. They're the type to take and never give in friendships or relationships, showing just how toxic they can be. Settling in at number 8 on our list of top 10 reasons is, they can be utterly set in their way. What does it mean to be set in your way? It means to be unwilling to change your mind nor attitude when approached with something or the changing of times. Now we can all agree the world has changed for the better in the last 50 or so years, with members of our community gaining rights and recognition long fought for. Now if you meet a Taurus who is a bit older or more traditional, you might find them to be the type to be unaccepting of these wonderful changes to society. This can be anything from refusing to use new or modern technology because it's just not what they were raised with, refusing to use modern methods of doing things which are more efficient, or even ignoring the improvements made in the way we view our fellow man and instead treating them as lesser simply because of things they cannot help. Now it's easy to see how this behavior can be incredibly toxic and dangerous, as it would have set us in our own ways and never improving society. Can you imagine what society would be like if we never improved? Now before we continue with the countdown, we have a special treat for you. Unlock your psychic powers. Many go through life not using the powers that have been gifted to them. Most don't even know where to go to learn how to use these powers. Click the link below in the video description to join the Psychic School and take your free course that will help you unleash your true powerful self. Gain the power to understand dreams and outer body experiences. Gain the power of awareness of the spirits around you and even talk to them. Learn the power to access your past life. Learn the power to do readings for yourself and others. Small disclaimer, These powers are not meant for use of evil purposes, so if you intend to use these gifts for evil or to harm others, then this message is not for you. But all others, click the link below in the video description to join the Psychic School for your free course and to become your true powerful self. Now back to the countdown. Moving down to number 7 of our list is how they can be closed off emotionally. Now Taurus are earth signs, which means they can be heavily grounded. They think with their minds and very rarely do they feel with their hearts. This can be because of their connection to the moon. It can be incredibly weak when they're in their element. Now whilst this does give Taurus the bonus of being incredibly cool thinkers, which makes them amazing strategists or amazing with money and planning, it can mean their heart might be closed off to you. Their connection to Venus is weakened by their lack of touch with their hearts or emotions that might make them softer or more vulnerable. This can mean it's harder to make a deep emotional bond with the Taurus, which can mean their more toxic behaviors can come through. Now at number 6 on our toxic top 10 Taurus list is their irritability. I'm sure you have heard before the term raging bull in a china shop. Well, the Taurus's irritability would make that bull lose it in half a second. Taurus don't have the best connection to the moon, which means they can be incredibly out of touch with their emotions, which can lead to them being incredibly irritable, especially when you consider their direct connection to Mars and its own connection to aggressive behavior. This can mean your Taurus friends can be the type to blow up over any small inconvenience. Can't make it to that one party due to work? Your entire friendship is over as they took it as a huge sign of offense. Or perhaps your boss asks you to stay late, but you can't due to a pre-planned event. Boom, you're written up due to refusing a higher-up. This just shows how toxic a Taurus can be with their irritable behavior. Sliding in at number 5 on our list, we have Taurus's weak mentality. Now what do we mean by weak mentality? Well, it means they are very susceptible to being led around or having thoughts implanted into their head. Perhaps a co-worker or a friend is trying to convince them their partner is cheating on them. Well, all it will take is something as similar as their co-worker pointing out they have changed how long it takes them to text back and they can be convinced. Or they may be more susceptible to scams like multi-level marketing schemes or scam callers trying to fish for bank details. But why is this so? Well, their weak mentality is caused by their lack of connection to the moon and also to Jupiter, which is a planet which leads to mental confidence and stability. This can be incredibly toxic, as due to their weak mentality, they might be a constant strain or burden in any relationship, as they will be quick to believe others against you, and that lack of trust can be toxic in any relationship. If you got this far, please pop a comment in the comments section below with your star sign and how you're liking the video so far, and don't forget to hit that like button. Showing up at number 4 on our top 10 reasons why Taurus are the most toxic star sign is their materialistic nature. Now Taurus are earth-based signs, which means they are heavily grounded in the physical side of existence. This means they are heavily rooted in what they can see and touch. But how does this make them toxic? Well, first off, they can be incredibly greedy because of this, always seeking out financial gain, physical gifts, or any kind of material gain. Secondly, they can ignore the value of anything non-physical. This can mean that time you helped them move house, they see no value in your help. Or that time you offered to pet sit whilst they were on vacation, that meant nothing to them. They are unlikely to repay favors that don't include any kind of monetary expense, so unless you have a receipt, they aren't likely going to view those acts as anything much. Combined with their lazy nature, you have a star sign unlikely to return those acts of kindness, and so they can be seen as incredibly toxic. Dropping in at number 3 is their incredibly nosy nature. It is widely known that Taurus, aka those born between April 20th and May 20th, are one of the most nosy and curious star signs, only beaten out by Libras. This comes from their stubborn nature, meaning their curiosity is unrelenting, which can lead it to being overly nosy, and their inability to read social signs, telling them to back off due to their poor connection to heart and emotions from their distance to the moon and how heavily grounded they are. Add in their greedy nature, you have an incredibly nosy star sign with a hunger for knowledge that doesn't know when to give up asking questions in social situations. This can be toxic, as they will push your boundaries and go out of their way to find out everything about you, no matter how personal. As our runner-up for this top 10 list, we have their inability to forgive. Everyone makes mistakes and slips up. We're only human, we cannot help it. And as a human, we need to know that sometimes the best thing you can do is forgive people and move on. Accept they didn't mean it and let the past lay in the past. However, Taurus's poor connection to their emotions and their stubborn nature, which all come from their poor connection to the moon, mean they often hold on to the past. They are not the type to forgive and forget, which can lead them to bringing up your past mistakes, no matter how traumatic they might be to use against you. They won't be willing to forgive anything you did in the past, even if it wasn't against them, which shows you just how toxic they can be. Finally, at number 1 on our list, we have aggression. Taurus are deeply connected to Mars, which is the planetary body which is connected to violence and anger, showing you just how violent they can be. They are akin to a raging bull, their zodiac beast showing just how unstable this star sign can be. Connected to their irritability and their stubborn nature, once you have a Taurus enraged, they can be hard to settle down, and often only get worse, leading to violent behaviors. This means they are likely to strike in rage at you, showing just why Taurus are the most toxic star sign. That's it for now. Thank you for watching another top 10 zodiac video. Remember to like, subscribe, and ring our bell, and we will see you in the next one. Have a wonderful day.